Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I think we'll kick off as we await the rest will join as we move on. Welcome to this Axis Perimeter Defender webinar, and I hope everyone can hear me. And on the left, on the right panel, there is a chat box. If you cannot hear me or you can hear me, it's good. At least we know we are together. So if everyone is hearing me, just you can reply on the chat box that our sound is okay on your end. So I think everything is okay. First of all, I will welcome you again to this Axis Perimeter Defender. And we'll do more in Hudaco for those guys who are new and they are not familiar with Hudaco. So I'll share my screen. We as Hudaco, we are trusted technology distributors partners, and we have 17 years industrial knowledge, and we are part of the Hudaco group members, and mostly we sell on Eastern and Central Africa, and we do different things like online training, like the current that we are hosting today for Axis Perimeter, and we have previous which we have hosted. And we would like you to join our YouTube page for those past webinars that you didn't attend. You can find the videos on our YouTube channel. And we offer a complete solution from end to end. That's why we are a value-added service distributor. You can follow us on our YouTube channel, that is at Hudaco Kenya, and you can be getting updates on different platforms or upcoming webinars that we'll be hosting. Why you should choose Hudaco? We have experts in who create a perfect solution of your needs from end to end. That is on surveillance or on wireless solutions, and with part of the solutions that we offer, we do Wi-Fi, broadband, we do mobile LTE infrastructure, we do VoIP, security, network, fiber, and IoT. So with this, we can have an end-to-end solution under one shop. So we do support. We have our technical support team here that we can help you in configurations of your devices if you're stuck, and can help you also alliance with our manufacturers to help you close your deal and support you online. With this, we also have our land rate terms, whereby we do month-to-month purchase. We offer terms from 7 to 30 days, and we ship goods between the 30 days period. That is 3 to 4 weeks, and we keep stock of all the things that you may require. On our trainings, we have ongoing webinars like these Axis Perimeter Defender, and we have on our past webinars, we have hosted other Axis webinars whereby you can, if you didn't attend, you can visit our YouTube channel, Hudaco Kenya, and you will find our past webinars whereby you can review for your convenience. So that's part of the Hudaco, and we are added distributors, as I said earlier. And in case of anything, we can help you also build your solution and make you meet your end-to-end solution. So as we move on, also on the right panel, as before George starts the webinar, we have our chat panel whereby you can put your Q&A for George to answer after the end of the webinar. So with no any other comment, I'll pass it this moment to George, who will start our webinar. And thanks a lot again for joining the webinar.
Right. Thank you, Robert. I think from now and talk about our Access Perimeter Defender solution. This is an application or a solution that is designed for perimeters. So as Access, we have different solutions for different segments, for different needs. And for this particular webinar talk, we will focus on perimeters and outdoor security areas. So this is the Access Perimeter Defender that we'll talk about. It is actually your first layer of defense. The perimeter is your first layer of defense. So the Access Perimeter Defender gives you an edge where security starts, and that is exactly at the perimeter of your facility. The analytics application, together with our cameras, provides a highly effective system that automatically detects and responds to people and vehicles. So the key target here is, and threat is mostly people and vehicles. And then, of course, there is an additional add-on, PTZ auto tracking, that allows you to get automatic close-ups of intruders or areas where there is a breach. And we'll have a look at that in the coming slides. The Access Perimeter Defender reinforces physical access controls and is also very suitable for high security sites, depending on the need. So high security sites can be anything from manufacturing plants to prisons to anywhere where you need reliable, suitable high security. Okay. So looking at it, the Access Perimeter Defender Analytics is ideal for intrusion detection and identification in sterile areas or zones where pretty much vehicles and people should not be present. So illustrated in that, the A section on the left side, the detection analytics is performed on a fixed camera, either thermal or visual. And then on B, you have an add-on as a PTZ that will now zoom in and track the particular person. So normally what happens is the fixed camera A is trained on the fence and it only focuses on that particular zone along the fence. Then you have the PTZ that spins and can zoom and track the person, even if the person goes out of the visual scene of camera A. You still have the PTZ to zoom in and track the person. Normally, it is a centralized management with execution at the edge. The Access Perimeter Defender starts from design originally. Okay, so we have a free design that is easy to use for seeing the detection ranges and blind spots based on different cameras and mounting heights. Then we have the Axis Perimeter Defender software that you download on your PC. That is an installation program that has the intrusion analytics app that is uploaded on the camera, and of course the PTZ auto tracking. And then now you have the VMS plugin on your PC. So this VMS can be, any of the third-party, the popular third-party VMS vendors like Milestone and Genetech. So the analytic is running on the camera. The beauty about this is that the camera has a processor on the edge, so you don't have to invest heavily on equipment that will be processing this software or application. So all the analytics are on the edge, which makes even detection very fast, and the processing is on the edge, so you don't have to invest heavily on back-end equipment. Okay. So there is the key selling point for our Axis Perimeter Defender is its accuracy and reliability. It uses a 3D representation of a scene to enable high accurate detection. Okay, and it can easily classify people and vehicles. So you can select if you want to detect only people or only vehicles or both. The other thing is that it minimizes false alarms in a number of ways. So this is another key selling point, unlike competitors. When it comes to false alarms, we have a very, very minimal rate of false alarms. The application automatically learns after at least a day or two the difference between day and night, and uses this information to fine-tune the algorithm for optimal performance. It automatically handles variable illumination and disregards motion that are not from humans or vehicles. Remember, I told you it classifies humans and vehicles, and that is the focus. So even swaying vegetation or fast-moving shadows on the ground, that is a cause for false alarm, but it does not affect it. It does not affect the software. So even headlights, it can also mitigate false alarms from headlights or blinding lights. And also there's a filter that ignores triggers from insects and rain. When rain droplets fall on the camera cover, it can be a cause for a false alarm. Okay. Then also there's multiple detection scenarios simultaneously, and we'll talk about it in the coming slides. There's also visual confirmation of detected objects in live and recorded video with a bounding box, and also the trajectory or a trail of the object. So as you can see here, where there is a red line that shows where these people came in from and through. Okay. There's also, like I mentioned, high detection accuracy and minimum false alarms, especially when combined with thermal network cameras that are highly reliable. Okay, so we can see anywhere between 3 meters to 500 or 600 meters. Okay, I'll show you that in the next coming slide. So there's multiple detection scenarios, like I mentioned earlier. One of them is intrusion, where it will trigger when a person or a vehicle enters a detection zone. There is zone crossing, where yes, there can be someone in the scene, but if they cross from one zone to another, then it will trigger an alert or an alarm. Then there is also loitering. If a person is there for more than a set duration. So if someone can be allowed to be in the area, but not more than 2 minutes, for example. If the person is there for more than 2 minutes, then that's when the alarm is triggered. Or conditional scenarios where if a person or a vehicle enters a zone without starting from or passing through another zone. For example, if someone just appears in this area without coming from this area, then that is also another cause for alarm. So all these different scenarios can be configured according to the scene and according to the client requirement. Then there's an optional add-on that is also a very cool feature, which is the PTZ auto tracking. So it allows a fixed camera running the Access Perimeter Defender application to automatically take control of a PTZ camera to zoom in and track the object. So the fixed camera sends the location data of the alarm objects to the PTZ camera automatically. So there's no human intervention that someone has to, physically spin or control the PTZ to zoom in on the intruding object, either a human being or a vehicle. All this happens automatically. Okay, and the PTZ automatically adjusts the zoom level to keep all the alarm objects in view. So even if there is a separate person in this particular scene we see here, the PTZ will zoom out. And if you just look at it, just have a look at this video. So like I mentioned again, it synchronizes the PTZ with a fixed camera. So the entire perimeter area and the entire surrounding environment is kept clear, and you maintain a constant detection coverage. Okay? Even with getting close-up alarms and other integration mechanisms that can be included in this solution. So we are not limited to only PTZ auto tracking and the fixed camera. You can also add audio. You can also include I/O devices that can trigger lights to turn on or trigger an alarm to go off and the like. So normally during installation, we have the installation tool that I mentioned, the design tool, because you cannot just install a solution without having designed it in the first place. So what we recommend is to get most out of the application, there should be at least an overlap between the coverage of a PTZ and the fixed camera, and then therefore the angle between the fixed camera and the PTZ should be within 30 degrees or less. Okay. So even during the installation, the software or the design tool will tell you specifically where you need to place a PTZ in order to get the maximum coverage area of the solution, okay, or of the scene actually. So the design tool will also pair between the fixed cameras and the PTZ. Depending on the mounting position, the mounting heights, the coverage scene. And the beauty about this is that it is scalable. Even if today you now need to increase or add more cameras, that will still be used in the same solution that you started off with. it can be phased out, and all you just need to continue adding is the hardware, and the software will automatically pick the new hardware included. Okay, so the design tool will help you place a PTZ camera in the proper location. Ideally, it's normally the same pole as a fixed camera. And the good thing about it, there's no need for central server processing. Remember I said the application runs on the edge, and so there's no need to invest in heavy servers with high processing and high GPU requirements. Okay, and like I mentioned again, there's no need to redesign the system every time a new camera is added into the network. So there's easy and efficient management. This solution, the installation program lets you connect and configure multiple cameras simultaneously using a single interface and just from one location. The same interface is also used to pair up a fixed camera with a PTZ for automatic PTZ auto tracking. So the program supports automatic calibration of the analytics on the cameras to simplify the setup. There's also manual calibration that is available. It lets you configure each camera's detection scenario and response to alarm events. You can then integrate the events with any video management software that supports event handling and video streaming from Axis cameras. Then, like I mentioned, the separate design tool, which is free, simplifies site design and installation process. And also just the integration that I mentioned with third-party VMSs like Genetec, Milestone, as well as our own Axis camera station. So the process is quite simple and straightforward. You download the Axis Perimeter Defender software, install it on your PC or laptop, and then now you use the installation program or this software to upload the analytics to the camera and configure, which is very easy to do. It's a matter of clicking next, and just using the appropriate scenarios relevant to that particular site. And then now the integration with video management software, which we have APIs available for this. So just it's also good to know that there is a 60-day free trial available online. So you can at least try out this software before deciding to buy it. And you have a 60-day trial period, which covers pretty much all the scenarios that you would want to have in that particular scene. Then it's just one license per camera. So if you have 10 cameras, you buy 10 Axis Perimeter Defender licenses, and then all upgrades are included in the license. So it's a one-off license, and that's it. The design tool just makes planning very easy, and subsequent upgrades also much easier. So there's a map-based design tool. You can drag and drop cameras on the map, ensure the correct camera mounting and positioning. It will show you the detection ranges and blind spots. It will also generate the layout and the BOQ. So with this tool, it will just develop and come up with a full site report and design proposition for you. Then you can print it out and attach it to your proposal that looks professional and looks like even when presenting it to the end user, it is very easy to understand and cover all the points. Okay. Remember that this tool is actually a guide and does not take into account all the environmental conditions that may affect the detection range. It is just advised that the detection distances and accuracy be verified on site, which brings us to our ability to do POCs. And for high requirements like this, we are able to go to site, set up, do a POC, let it run for a few days, and have it take care of all the different scenarios. Okay. So when it comes to the setup and calibration, it learns the scene as you go along. Why we need to set up and calibrate is that you will tell the application what a human looks like at different distances. So normally you can upload just record a video of a person walking in zigzag, and then the rest is automatic. The software will calibrate itself and know how a person would look like at different distances. And this can be done on multiple cameras simultaneously. So if you have 10, 15 cameras, you don't have to have someone walk all the way. If it's for example, if it's a 2-kilometer fence, no, you don't need to. You just need to have the person walk on the nearest camera, and it will calibrate and cascade it. Like I mentioned, manual mode is also available. You will still have the option of having someone to walk the entire distance if need be. The VMS integration and plugins for Genetec and Milestone, these are our popular VMS partners. We have the plugins for Genetec Security Center, and that is a separate license from Genetec, and also Milestone X-Protect video management software. They're also available for download. This enables the VMS to connect directly to Axis Perimeter Defender for streaming, bookmarking events in a video stream, and also retrieving the metadata. So just a recap on our competitive advantages. This is a fully featured solution and scalable solution, and that can integrate with other devices to make it a complete system. Not only supporting integrated PTZ auto tracking, but there's also integration with our audio devices like the Axis Horn speaker. And if you look at this scenario and this solution in its entirety, it significantly lowers the system cost. Since you're protecting highly valuable goods and equipment, this solution significantly lowers the system cost. Okay. So with that, I would like to say thank you very much. We'll take in any questions that you might have. Just place your post your Q&A on the chat box, and I'll be able to respond to them.
On your right, there's a chat box where you can post. We can see a question. Please share a soft copy of this. With these, also you can get the video on our YouTube channel, as I said earlier, and also I could not tell who you can share the relationship on. If you invite, we can be able to share the soft copy.
Just send us an email if you require a soft copy or if you need any further information.
Do we have other questions? So it seems everything is clear, and would like to appreciate for those who have joined. You can see Ali, Charles, Edwin, Francis, and Luis. Thanks a lot for joining. We hope to see you in our next meeting, which will be on 27th. Please, for those who have not registered, please register. We have an upcoming webinar on 27th for Axis Audio in surveillance. So for those who have not registered, please register, and we hope to see you then. Thanks a lot, and thanks for joining us today. We appreciate.